I've sent you.
That's true.
I
Well,
have great taste.
I'm unmuting this whole conversation on my stream because this needs to be recorded for posterity.
So your stream can also
Okay, here we
reminisce
go.
about the movie called We're Back?
Does anybody
Before
here
here we go,
remember
go.
the movie called We're Back, starring John Goodman with weirdly animated dinosaurs? Because if you do, you win the internet. You are amazing, and you should be commended for your amazing taste in movies and media.
It is We're Back, a dinosaur story.
Yes, We're Back, a
I'm too
dinosaur
young
story.
for that.
What were you saying, Daly?
Well,
I think I'm too young for that. But hey, we now have the official poll going on the Chachi's channel, because Chachi is streaming too. Twitch.tv/Grandmaster Chachi. If Chachi sounds more like a dork or a dweeb.
I'm a dork, 100%.
A stud dork or a dweeb? You know,
Right now, chat votes for dork.
so what is the difference? I don't. Somebody fill me in.
dork is just like, what a dork. But a dweeb is like the kid that you shove in a locker.
Okay, so, but are they? Is that different than nerd?
I think so, because nerd usually deserves it.
Okay, nerd deserves it. You heard it here.
Wow, Schmoodle.
I don't know, I'm literally just coming up with this on the fly.
Schmoodle's opinions do not represent those of Waffles for Chumps.
This is actually Waffle's motto. It's in his Discord. You can read it. It's in the rules.
Schmoodle, I swear, if you abuse your mod powers.
That would make me to not be lazy.
There we go. I'm running multi-test group science now.
I'm still the person that's playing D&D in my VR headset because I don't want to sit in my chair.
What if they're like half dweeb, half dork? They're
Well, that's what I said.
like
is I think
dork.
Chachi's teetering.
Would it be a dwark, or would it be like
Or a deep.
a dweek? A dweek.
They're a deek. You're a deek.
You're a deek. No, dick wouldn't work because that just sounds like dick. You got 3 votes for dork.
I like the
Yeah.
Chachi's
2 more.
Tama, don't say that.
For the dork. I'm sorry, Chachi. Statistics don't lie, and neither do surveys. So you sound like a dork.
I voted for the popular one because I
already know
want to
I'm
be
a
like the cool kids. Chachi said he's a dork, therefore, I have no reason to disagree. I am a dweek.
You're still teetering on the edge, Chachi. So just be careful.
I'll be fine.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, guys. Finally, we're continuing. We're all a little crazy today. I am sick. Deadly's sick. Tama's going to be a bit tired today, so it's not going to go on very long. And I apologize for, I know my voice sounds really nasally and congested. So I'm going to try and do my best. But we couldn't postpone it another week, so I wanted to at least get a little bit in today for Dungeons & Dragons.
There you go. I put it in the...
Otherwise, everybody's just going to absolutely forget what happened. Speaking of which...
This is our soundtrack for today. I put it in the D&D discussion thing.
The soundtrack for today? What's the soundtrack for today? D&D.
Oh god, this song.
Oh my gosh. Is this...
I haven't seen this in forever.
Deadly, you have to know we are going to watch this.
Okay.
Okay, we can
Maybe
return
because
to
it's
regularly
12
scheduled
minutes.
D&D.
Yeah.
Is this going to get me DMCA'd if I play this? Probably.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Is it Disney?
I don't know.
Oh my god, it's John Goodman singing. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'll definitely have to check that out later because I don't remember the songs at all. I just remember
Yeah,
barely
just
because it was like from my
now,
childhood. It was when I was like
I'm
7
pretty
years
sure
old
that's
that I
the
watched
only
this.
song, and it is way
No, I
too
was.
amazing for its own good.
This came out in '93. We're Back, a Dinosaur Story came out in '93,
Year
and I
before I
still
was
have
That
born.
memories of it.
that was when I was
So,
born.
so
I was
Oh.
5 years old.
all the votes
I was too.
in the state Chachi's channel have been counted. The vote or the general gist of it is Chachi is a dork wins on Chachi's side. Let's see what the votes on Wolf's channel say. Then we will put together the electoral college and then
It's
decide who
Dork.
the
Dork
wolf is.
wins.
Well, maybe somebody just rolls in with 100 bits and bombards the thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
if you're using bits to add additional votes, that's cheating.
Yeah, wait. Yeah,
That's
that's right. You can use bits
That's-
to add extra votes.
That's the U.S. Voting system.
That's whoever pays the most money gets the most votes. Yes.
Mwahaha.
All right. Well, political commentary aside, let's recap the get into the Barovia political climate, which is Strahd rules all, and do. There is no politics. The politics is I win.
no. Strahd does it like this. Strahd officially runs a democracy with a twist. So whenever there's a big decision, everybody casts a vote, and Strahd also casts a vote, and the amount of votes that Strahd can cast, God damn it, is the amount of all other votes
Plus one. It's a democracy. Yes, but I have more votes than everyone else. It's like Strahd owns 51% of the company. The company of Barovia, where the main produce is fear and wine. Okay, so
Potatoes.
last time and potatoes. Last time on Dungeons and Breakfast: Curse of Strahd, your group had entered the fortified, at least somewhat fortified town of Vallaki, where it seems to be relatively safe from the outside influences of the terrifying land of Barovia. Entering the town after tricking the guard to letting you in, you made your way immediately to the nearest inn, the Blue Water Inn, where you met a pretty colorful group of characters. You met two wolf hunters. You met the bard Rictavio. You also met the caretakers of the inn, the Mardikovs. And you discovered where the church was, where you might be able to keep Irina, which was your whole reason for going here to Vallaki, a safe place for her to stay. Your group decided to go on after a night's rest and a weird encounter with the doll that had moved on its own somehow. Your group decided to go to the church and see if you could protect Irina. On the way, you were accosted by not accosted, you were followed by a strange man who you discovered and promptly interrogated, but ultimately decided to let go. And you're not sure who his employer was or what he was doing following you. You came to the church, whereupon you met Father Petrovich, who told you that the church was no longer a sacred place or hallowed ground. The items that had been keeping the church sacred and hallowed, the bones of Saint Andrel, had been stolen a few nights before. Without a good lead on who might have stolen them, he suspects that it is one of the only people who knows about the bones. Milivaj, his groundskeeper and aide, who helps him run the church of St. Angel. And you were informed that he comes by daily to help attend to the graves behind the church. And that's where we left off. With your group deciding to try and formulate a plan of what you want to do to try and get these bones back. I'm going to get some music going.
We jump him and punch him in the dick.
No, Crowley. I don't
Where's
think
the
that's
bones? Where's the bones?
So, please don't just stab random people again.
If only we had our own old little dog friend, that would be quite useful right now.
Would be indeed.
Where's my music? There it is.
Okay. First thing we're gonna probably do is we're gonna corner him. We're gonna have to at least catch him off guard. So when he comes
Please
in,
just guys.
excuse me, I
Murder
am
him.
trying to explain something. We're not going to harm him. We're not going to do anything bad. We're just gonna corner him so he doesn't run away. Is that a problem? Is that something bad?
I just
No?
think that in this town where people already don't seem to like to talk to us, might not be the best idea to just go around terrorizing people.
Okay. Fair. How do you suppose we talk to him then?
I will warn you. Father Petrovich speaks up, kind of looking over your group. Milivaj is, he is quite temperamental, which is the reason I have been so reluctant to approach him myself. Mind you, it is only a suspicion I have. I am not certain that he stole the bones. I do know that he is one of the only people who knows about the bones.
Who are the other people that know about them?
Well, there is my aide, but he is only a young boy. Yeska would not have it in him to steal the bones, I'm sure. I don't even know how he'd get to them. Other than that, I can't really think of anyone.
Can you show us where exactly they were stored? Maybe there's some hints left there.
I can show you the place they are. I cannot show you the crypt itself. You see, he walks across the floor of the very kind of rickety wood floor of this church. It looks like it's kind of a little haphazardly cobbled together. It's a pretty decent looking church. It's not, especially considering the last church you went to, which was just absolutely trashed. Yeah, this one is actually intact. There's actually a roof and there's no rain leaking inside. But it still looks like the repairs that are done to it are done so it looks like at one point in time this was a very nice church, but you can see peeling paint, kind of slapdash repair jobs done to the floor. And in one spot in particular that he walks over to, next to the pews on the right side, there is kind of these newer looking boards, kind kind of very out of place with the other boards. The other ones look much older. These boards that are in this area, about 5 feet across, look much newer. He points down to them. You see, Saint Andrew is buried under the church, under the floorboards. In order to get to his crypt, one would have to peel them up. We promptly covered the floor so as not to arouse any suspicion.
Smart.
But whoever did this would have had to peel up these boards, which Milivaj is not incapable of doing.
Does he know that they're missing? Have you told him that they're missing?
I've been, I must admit, reluctant to inform him or confront him about it, for fear that he may lose his temper, as he's wont to do.
Because what if we approach him with the prospect of him helping us find them?
Yeah.
It might work. He would have no reason not to aid us, whether guilty or not. I just fear he may think we are accusing him. Considering only he and Yeska know.
Nah, if you just let him know today, like, that someone took them, and you reached out for help, and you were wondering if he would go help us. Frame it as less of a accusation and more like, hey, you're a part of this too. Would you be able to give me a hand?
I actually have another question. So, before we go and confront him, or not confront him, whatever we're going to do, when did you notice that the bones were gone, and how did you notice it?
Well, it was very apparent. The boards had been peeled up a few days ago.
Okay.
I came into the church, the boards were missing, the crypt was open, and the bones were gone.
So you put in new boards?
Yes. I had Milivaj boarded back up, as a matter of fact. I had told him that pests had gotten in the church and decided to make the crypt their new home.
I see. Is there anything? I mean, other the fact that they're holy objects, but is there anything visually special about the bones? Can you give me a description of them?
He thinks a moment and kind of peers at one of the visages of what you assume to be Saint Andrew himself. In these, you see these stained glass windows that make up parts of the church depict several different scenes, many of which are strange and hard to describe. You see, one has very disturbing imagery of some kind of strange I want to say almost like fiendish-like creatures standing all in a row, and then one of the other panes depicts a large sun hanging over these creatures, and then the one next to that just shows this very brilliant sunburst. There are cracks in these pans, and they're not as shiny as they probably were when they were first built, but they're still interesting to look at. There is another picture on the other opposite wall of a man holding a sun in his hand. Saint Andrew was not one for boisterous he wasn't one for any kind of flashy looks or garb. He wanted to be buried as nothing more than a simple man. The bones themselves are simply those of an ordinary man buried in the ground. They would be indistinguishable from any other bones.
Okay. So, guys, hear me out. I have an idea. Once he comes to the graveyards, I want to create an illusion. Question, is there any bushes on the graveyard that me and my comrades can hide in?
Yes, there are several bushes and shrubbery, if you would
Okay, that is good.
like to hide there.
So here's my idea. Our holy man here will confront our potential thief, and well, I think depending on his reaction, we might as well be able to see if he's guilty or not, and maybe if we're lucky, we will scare him enough so he brings back the bones.
I do not trust my ability to get information out of Milivaj.
I'm not talking about you when I'm talking about a holy man. And in her palm, she uses prestidigitation to create a miniature illusion of the man in the windows. And then makes a little bit of fog swirl around this person. Suddenly turns it into a skeleton that points, in this case, just into the empty air, in a very what's the word for it? It's like, you stole my bones, you fiend.
It is very impressive. I would be okay with you using my visage, but that is...
No, not.
It
not
might have
that
to be
guy,
a little
the
bigger.
Saint Andrew, something.
Oh,
like that.
a Saint Angel. Oh, okay, so not
Yeah.
Father Petrov. Okay.
Yeah.
The
I'm sorry,
ghost
Deadly.
of Christmas past.
Deadly brain just doesn't do names well.
Okay, so Saint Angel.
Not
Okay,
well,
so
yeah.
that would explain the skeleton hand part that I glossed over. Yes. Okay, got you.
And which
I
spell
like
is
that
this
idea.
are we using?
Hmm?
Which spell are we using for that?
We are going to use silent image,
Silent. Okay.
which is why I need you guys to hide in the bushes and basically whisper thief.
Murderer.
I'm gonna need a very large bush.
Do we?
I think this would work.
I'm not doubting that it could work, but we don't. How long has this guy been dead? Exactly.
He's
Listen,
a freaking religious
his-
figure.
His face is all over the windows in his place. I would assume that our target once or twice had a look at the windows.
Okay, I'm trying to determine what he sounds like.
Just
If
whisper that this is off
if
the
he's been
top.
alive within this person's lifetime, then he could have heard the person himself. That's all I'm worried about.
Saint Angel has been gone for many, many moons.
Okay, that's literally my entire question. Thank you. Okay, this could work. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not gonna be hiding in bushes. I'm probably gonna be hiding behind a tombstone or something.
I mean, that would work too.
A 4-foot hole.
I'm not really best with hiding, you know.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, that works
uh,
too.
just wanted to let you know. And points over to Gwyn. I
Oh.
don't think with all that armor on, Gwyn's gonna have a easy time hiding either. Just pointing out.
It's fine, I'll strip.
Please do not.
Why?
Please do not. Please
Why?
do not.
Tactical strip.
Well, Gwen, maybe we can find you an empty grave or something
Wait, what?
to hide in.
Oh, right. Okay, sure.
Just find out if it's comfy or not. For reasons.
Oh.
So, yeah, I would say before we keep standing here making more plans, we should probably go outside, have a look at the actual graveyard, and scout the actual location.
Okay.
Right?
Follow me. And he starts to walk towards a back door that leads towards the graveyard behind the church. He opens up the door to reveal it's a pretty decently sized graveyard, much bigger than the one that made up the graveyard in the village of Barovia. This one actually there are several mausoleums to what you would assume are some aristocratic families, several more haphazard graves. It doesn't look like it's very organized. It kind of looks like the graveyard is a little haphazard, but it's pretty decently sized, and there are plenty of shrubs and bushes and trees and things like that sporadically throughout the graveyard that you would be able to hide in. You also notice this low fog that kind of rolls over several of these graves and specifically seems to be focused. You haven't really noticed a lot of fog in this village. It's almost as if the large fortified log walls almost keep it out. As when you first entered, the fog was kind of piled up against it almost. But that doesn't seem to be as true for this graveyard. It's very ominous looking.
Thuxora just looks at it, smiles, and is like, this is absolutely perfect.
Yes, Milivoj does do a good job of taking care of this graveyard.
Voltec is looking for a good spot where he could hide behind a tombstone or something like that.
There are plenty of large tombstones. You could take your pick.
I'm gonna go for. Let's see. one that's kind of close to. Wait, is there any other exits to the cemetery besides the way that we came in, or?
The cemetery it's surrounded by a very rickety-looking wrought iron fence. There are plenty of holes in the fence that have not been taken care of. There are several gates in the fence. One
Alright,
specifically leading off to the side of the church, but there's plenty of openings.
I'm gonna hide in one that's kind of close to one of the openings.
Okay. Okay, so you hide behind this large tombstone by one of the openings to the wrought iron gates. Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Doxara is gonna go over to Crowley and be like, "Hey, Crowley, you're probably the best person hiding in our group. What's your advice on this?"
Pick a spot, stay low, don't move, make no noise.
Do I really have to go in a grave?
You don't have to go in the grave. Just hide behind like a giant
Um,
tombstone or something.
Oh,
Or maybe by one of the crypts.
okay.
What would you have me do?
Mm,
Maybe. Why don't you stay in the church, and when he panics and runs inside looking for you and tries to explain.
Did you guys bring
What?
Irina with you as well? I think you did. You did bring Irina because you wanted her to come with you to the church. That's right.
Yeah, there's no safe place for her yet.
Should I stay? I'm not very good at hiding, but I could stay with the good father here.
I guess that would work out.
Okay, I will stay with the father and talk with him, perhaps. I will be listening and ready should you need any aid.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Come this way, my dear. And he leads her back into the church.
Well, I'm gonna stay a little further off to the side so I can properly cast my illusion.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lie low behind a larger crypt.
Okay. Alright, so everybody who's hiding, make a stealth check. Anybody with heavy armor is going to have to do it with disadvantage, unfortunately. And we'll see. You guys are all going to do a group stealth check.
17.
Okay.
7.
Okay, 17, 7,
23.
23.
And
All right. Half or more of you did pass it, so you guys are okay. Actually,
we did it.
let me double check. Because
Oh,
I've got to get
group check succeed pass. Let's go.
We're gonna fail this horribly, my wonderful plan.
What do you mean?
Okay. Milivaj. Let me get Milivaj's stats
Have
so
faith in
I
your
can
plan.
see
Come
whether or
on,
not
Emily.
he notices you. You guys wait for quite a bit. It's about an hour or so before you see a man enter through this large wrought iron gate. He is very young, late teens. Kind of this dark black hair, a heavy set, furrowed brows, brawny kid, very large shoulders, dressed in this very plain, simple peasant garb, like kind of patchwork. He enters, begins going over several of the graves. He doesn't seem to notice you as he continues to tend to these graves, kind of going over each one as he notices kind of these imperfections. He actually straightens out one of the stones. He heads over to what seems to be a half-dug grave, taking a large shovel, and this large, brawny lad just begins shoveling away.
Thurxora is gonna wait for a moment when he just seems to be distracted with his job, and then she is going to use silent image to create this illusion of Saint. I already forgot his name again.
Andrel, Saint Andrel.
Saint Andrew. I'm sorry, my brain is not at peak.
No, I mean, no worries. I'm pretty dead
You
too.
were-
My
You
sickness is
and
that.
Waffles are both
And,
sick.
Yeah, it's he will stand behind the other guy whose name I also forgot again. Ah!
He will stand behind Saint Andrel. Wait,
No!
The kid digging the grave.
Financial will
Yep.
stand behind.
Milivosh.
And first of all, he will just stand there, the figure from the windows, with a little sun in his hand.
Okay.
Now Thurxora is actually going to use Mage Hand to just gently stroke over the gravedigger's back to get his attention.
Can I?
Okay,
Can,
so-
can I do the voice? Oh,
You're using silent image, so this image has no voice.
It just
We're
does not-
providing.
yeah.
Weren't we all?
That's why
providing
the
voices?
others are hiding around, so they can whisper thief.
Okay.
Because I was gonna be like,
He goes skeleton
"Return
mode.
the bones or suffer my curse."
God damn it! That was not how we.
Is that what you're saying in this, like, or how nearby are you?
If Crowley says that Thurxora will stand up, screw the plan, go over and stab him.
Milivosh does hear or feel this kind of brush against his back, and he quickly spins around to see this figure. Does he look dead skeletonly, or does he look just like a normal?
Right now he looks very alive, and just
Okay.
stares at him very accusingly. And then he lifts up his hand to point his finger at him, and while he does that, the figure gets surrounded by fog, and then turns into a skeleton standing there pointing his finger at him. And then Thurxora basically starts whispering, "Thief," hoping that the others will join her.
Milivosh begins to look around, and he looks at the man, and as this image begins to transform, very confused at first, Milivosh's mouth hanging open. Saint Andrel? Listen, what do you want of me?
But Thurxora now spontaneously changes it. Return them.
I need you guys to make a group deception check. Everybody roll deception. No, you don't have to do disadvantage on this one, though, because it's not stealth.
21.
Hey,
14.
14. All right. He rolled pretty crap on his insight, so you guys are okay. I cannot. They are beyond me now. Please forgive me, Saint Angel. I had no choice. It was for my family. You have to forgive me. And you begin to see his face changes into very distraught, and he kind of falls to his knees. Forgive me, Saint Angel. I had no choice. She's sick. And it was just so much money. And he begins to softly cry.
Thurxora changes once again, being like, "Go to the church. Guide the girl to the bones."
But Saint Angel, I know not where they are. They could be anywhere by now.
Should we give him a time limit?
And one last time, Thurxora basically goes, "Guide her," and then makes the illusion basically once and again be surrounded by swirling fog and then disappear.
As the image disappear, Milovaj kind of looks around, begins thinks to himself, and seems to be stuck in contemplation for a while, and then promptly begins to head into the church, going towards the door. He opens up the back door to the church and quickly walks inside.
Thurxora comes out of her hands, but it's like, "Well, that worked."
Well, kinda. We don't know where the bones are now, but
But you will tell us in just a minute. Let's head back inside.
We just need to figure out who he gave them to first. We
Yep.
can track him
yeah,
down.
I won't say plan succeed until we find out that part.
But well, we can ask him now.
All right.
And
Well done, you guys. Actually,
we just
That was
came
pretty
from the
clever.
market, right?
Yeah, let's not go in the back way.
Yep. Thurxora starts heading around to the front, counting on the others to follow her.
Gwen follows.
All right, guys. When we walk in, maybe we should be like, "Father, so far we have no leads. But any other information you can give us, something like that."
Ah, yes, smart.
That works.
Let's go with that crowd. We tried asking around on markets. We tried asking around town a little bit, but nothing.
Okay, so your group's going around the front door?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You go around the front door and open the doors like you had just arrived and were not sneakily hiding in any bushes or behind tombstones to encounter Father Petrovich, Irina, and Milivaj engaged in conversation. I swear, I saw him. He was just every bit as I imagined him. I did not expect that he would be so beautiful. He had a son in his hand, an actual son. But... Father, I have to confess something to you. I stole the bones.
Oh.
Father Petrovich looks over him with a stern but kind gaze. Milivaj, for what reason did you do this? Why would you possibly steal these bones? I was approached by a figure. And then at that point, he notices your group.
Thuxora basically lifts her hand, being like, Father, we're back. We just listened around a little bit. Sadly, people don't seem to be too fond of talking to us out there.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome back to the church. I was just having a conversation with my aide, Milivaj here. He said he knows where the bones went.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
Milivaj, would you be so kind as to tell these group of outsiders that I have hired to find the bones, where they might be at? I can forgive your transgression of taking them if we can find them and return them to their proper place. Milivaj turns to your group. Very conflicted look on his face. I can't tell you where they went. I don't know. I sold them to a man who offered to buy them from me.
Odd. What man wants to buy bones of a saint?
No, man.
I didn't recognize him. He introduced himself as Vasily von Holtz, I think was his name. He looked like an aristocrat, very rich, and he paid me very handsomely for the bones. But I needed the money so bad. Forgive me, Father Petrovich, please do not fire me. I need this job. I need to continue being the groundskeeper here. If I don't, I don't know what I would... Silence, Milivaj. Tell us what you know of this Vasily von Holtz. I met him at night. He approached me in an alley, offering me money for the bones of St. Andrew buried underneath the church.
How tall is he? What did he look like?
He was cloaked, but he looked very... He had an air about him of aristocracy. He was not a peasant. He carried himself well. He had dark hair, but I did not get a good look at him at the night. I don't recognize any Vasily von Holtz in the aristocracy, but I don't know them very well. Perhaps the burgomaster might know. He's very well connected.
we might go over there and talk to him then. I also know a few other people that we can ask.
There's
But just
also
just out of interest, you said you need to keep this job, I assume, for money. What do you need the money for?
my sister is sick, and we have little food to feed ourselves. Father Petrovich, he's been very kind in keeping me employed, but uh, it it's still not enough.
Would you mind if I met your sister? Maybe I can help. I'm not a specialist, but I have some experience as a healer.
If there's anything you can do, yes, I can take you to my house. It is not much, but I can bring you there. She is very far gone though. I don't know what healing powers you have, but perhaps it will help ease her pain. Father Petrovich looks to him. Milivaj, I had no idea that your family was so sick. Why did you not tell me? Even if I did tell you, there's nothing that could be done. The prayers of Saint Angel, I've been praying to him every night, but there is not much that can be done. I did not think that it would do anything. Plasma, thank you for the hydrate. They kind of pause for a minute. Well, what do you want to do? Father Petrovich kind of turns to your group.
Well,
I think we're gonna gather information on this Vasily van Holst, first of all.
we're gonna need to find out where he lives and how to reach him, find him, even to question him.
And then we'll pay a visit to your house, and she can try to see what she can do. She can help at all.
Well, should I take you? Should I take you to where I live then, or?
Yeah, that works.
We could do that right now.
Father, is it okay if I skip out on the gravekeeping duties today? Yes, that is acceptable. That is fine, Milivaj. Go, take care of your family. Milivaj nods his head. Well, follow me, I guess. He thinks for a moment. Why are you helping us, outsiders?
Well, our friend here, Arena, is looking for sanctuary, and this church used to be a place that could give that, but with the bones being gone, it is not a holy place anymore, and it can't protect her anymore, so
Ah,
our goal is to get them back, so Irina, you can live protected from Strahd.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And we'll get the bones back, and everything will be set back right.
Silently just heads out the doors, expecting you to follow. Plasma, thank you. Hey, Plasma redeemed nom nom, so I'm gonna grab some jerky.
Nom 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 nom.
Alrighty. Father, we're gonna go with him. We'll update you as soon as we can. Once we know what's what.
Let's not fall behind, shall we?
Yep.
See you as soon as we know anything, Father.
Please be safe. And if you confront the burgomaster, know to be careful around him. Do not confront him on his ideas, regardless of how strange they may seem. He takes these things very personally.
Oh, I love strange ideas. Strange ideas often are the best ideas because people think outside of the box, and that often leads to the best results.
Well,
As long as they're not dangerous to everyone.
you will see what I mean.
Okay.
I feel
Just
like
be
this is-
careful around him. He is very well connected. And his henchman, Ezek, is nothing to be ignored. There's a reason that nobody opposes the burgomaster. Just be careful.
All right.
All right, your
That's it.
group heads out then?
Yep, we are following the boy.
Okay.
We bring in Irina? 'Cause
No.
She's not safe there anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
She's safer with
true.
us, and we could use the backup.
Yes, I can come with you. I would like to do what I can to help as well. I would not feel comfortable being left behind. You are doing this for me, after all. And she follows behind your group. Milivaj leads you throughout the town. It's a pretty fair distance. He has to walk quite a ways.
We should buy him a bike.
Oh.
Like those YouTube videos.
It just broke as hell.
Wait, what?
I said we should buy him a bike like those YouTube videos.
Buy him a bike? Oh yeah. Buy him a unicycle. That way he can get through town in style.
You know,
Oh my
considering that
goodness.
these roads are probably shit and muddy, I
Probably
think
don't
bikes
wanna
are
do
a good
that.
idea. I just have this image in front of my inner eye of Richard Hammond with his fish transport bike, how he's just falling off it every
my
5
fucking
meters
God, that would be
because
great.
the road is shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway,
Apparently I have a package on my porch. So, for context, Thomas sent me a package like a week ago, and she apologized ahead of time because the package was supposed to come during the stream. It decided the perfect time to arrive. So it's lying out on my porch, and it's snowing out, so I gotta go grab it. I don't know what it is. Thomas sent me a
snow.
get well
Snow
soon
already,
gift.
Waffles? Oh, man.
So I will have
It's
to
a walk-up.
BRB.
Go Waffles!
Okay.
Go get it. Run.
Okay,
Sorry.
Bolts.
so just to clarify, Termite stream safe to open?
It is. It's
Okay,
it's
cool.
just jerky. It's just jerky.
Don't tell him that, chat, though. Don't ruin the
Don't
surprise.
don't.
if you
So-
do, I ban every single one of you. I actually don't
me
remember
too.
if I'm mod for waffles.
I am.
Oh,
So I can ban people.
watch it being not be there, and it's gone to somewhere completely different.
Suddenly, oops, wrong
That would
state.
suck. That would suck very much.
It would.
Could you imagine somebody actually stole it?
Oh my god, I'd be so
We need to
pissed.
get Mark
I'd
Rover
be
in here.
so mad.
Yeah, we would need Mark Rover. Actually, no, we wouldn't need Mark Rover. I would engineer something way more dangerous than just a glitter bomb. for that simple purpose, I would totally over-engineer, I don't know, a package claymore mine, something like that.
A glitter
That'd
bomb.
be.
A jerky bomb.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Only the jerky is like
I
sharpened
guys,
like nails.
guys, a
Oh my God.
surströmming bomb.
Yes.
To make the Swedish smelly fish the bioweapon it always was meant to be.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we are just being crazy again. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Listen,
please,
if
please
they-
explain what you need to
if
do
chat
to mail.
doesn't expect craziness from us
Ready?
by now, then I don't know what else to do.
Okay, so
Also,
package.
Cover your name.
Cover my name, yes. You will never know what my actual name. You could never see my actual name, even though I've said it several times on stream. I've got a package. I've got a package. My name is obviously Amazon.com/thispackaging.
What?
As you can see right here.
Waffles got something.
Okay, what happened? What is this? What did you give me? What is happening? What's my get well gift? I'm so confused and curious.
This is only half of it.
I can't so I've got a box. It doesn't seem to have any. Oh. It does say this on it.
Yep.
Jack Links. Oh, is this jerky?
Maybe.
Did you give me jerky? Hold on, I've got
Maybe.
a multi-tool here.
Does it have the name that you addressed on it, Tama?
Yeah. Does it have the name that I sent it as?
I didn't even
Yes.
see that.
That says it all. That says it all right there.
2. Desk Lord Waffle Pogchamp Puina Senpai. Ah, yes.
I
Your
think I know
delivery
why the
driver.
delivery guy
Delivery
did not
driver
deliver
was
that.
probably like, huh? Oh
I
my
wanted-
god, I didn't
I
even
wanted
notice
your
that.
roommate- I wanted your roommate to accept it.
Could you sign for me? Desk Lord Waffle Pogchamp Puina Senpai. Okay, what is this? Alright, let me see here. I've got... Oh! Beef jerky, Jack Link's beef jerky, sweet and hot. Heck yeah! Beef jerky! Get well jerky! Yeah, that's awesome, are you kidding me? So much, oh, 2 bags of beef jerky! Oh, thank you! I don't think I've actually tried the Jack Link's sweet and hot, so this will be a new experience for me.
Uh-oh.
Deadly redeemed nom nom too. It looks like it's so funny that I was eating jerky like right before I did this. I was like, oh, let me just plasma redeemed nom noms, and I was eating jerky. Schmoodle.
More jerky.
Schmoodle. What is that? 20 buns. Thank you so much. Okay.
Shio Ohashi is a bridge representative of Kyoto that crosses the Kamo River over
What?
Shio Street. It is also called Gion Bashi.
Listening to the alert.
Thank you for the Schmoodle with his sub said Shijo Ohashi is a bridge representative of Kyoto that crosses over the Kamo River over Shijo Street. It is also called Gyeonbashi. I don't know why he posted that. Thank you for the 20 months.
Only Deadly knows.
Waffles, at some point we need to watch James May, Our Man in Japan. together
Waffles,
with-
what are you doing later?
Oh, being sick, being stuffed up. Oh, what is that? What did you say, James? What?
James May, Our Man in Japan.
Okay.
You know James May, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Top Gear.
Yep, he's one of the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why is there an
And
our man in Japan?
during I think a year and a half ago, something like that, he made a series where he basically did a trip from or basically once across Japan, and he always had local tour guides that made him do interesting things.
They have a
Um,
penis
Oh.
festival.
Yeah.
Tama would like it.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, I know the
yeah,
Queen's Festival.
Oh,
They're-
that's
course you
interesting.
do.
That's
Tama.
basically a quote from there,
course you
and
do.
it's great.
Thank you so much, Tama, for the beef jerky.
It's okay.
It's
I hope so good.
actually really effing good. Like, holy cow, it's so good.
Hooray.
Oh, it hits you with that zing too. Woo, that's zingy. That's zingy. Oh, I need some
Okay,
water.
I have
I can't eat too much in a row because
80,000 points. That is roughly enough for
It'll be very hard.
360 num redemptions.
oh god, please.
God.
No, I will not be able to do voices. My mouth will be on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah, this is some very sweet. I like sweet beef jerky. The sugar and the saltiness of the beef jerky go really well together. So
My favorite is
Never
generally
had beef
teriyaki.
jerky.
What?
What?
you never had beef jerky?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, you need to have some. Oh,
Oh
over
my
here.
god!
I've never had jerky in general.
you need to send some Scottish self plasma.
Okay, so I can.
Give me
I
some of
can
that Urn
squeeze
Brew.
deadly, but Chachi.
What? I am a
Okay, Chachi,
sheltered
I've never-
person. We all know this already.
Yeah, if I'm not surprised that Chachi has not
No,
tried
no,
beef
no,
jerky.
thank
Like
you. Thank you.
that is about par for the course.
Teetering on the edge. Teetering on the edge.
Look, I'm a dork and
that's
I know
also
it.
still one of the things that I need to do at some point. At some point, I just need to get a collection of German sweets and send them over to all of my
Please.
American friends.
I want to
Oh
taste
my
them.
god, deadly yes. And plasma, I will. You know what I need to get is a PO box so that I can just have
I do not.
people send me random
I do not need
things.
people mailing me stuff just yet. Maybe when I have like 15.
But I want this I want some haggis and some Urn Brew for Plasma to send me, and some German sweets from Deadly.
It's Iron Brew, not Urn Brew.
No, I call it Urn Brew because that's what it's spelled like.
No.
It's spelled
No.
Urn Brew.
No.
I will always call it Urn Brew. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good, but I
What is
really
that
want to
other
try it.
word that nobody can actually pronounce? Worcestershire? Something like that.
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire.
That word.
And,
The good
something
sauce.
Like that.
I can
The tasty
pronounce
sauce.
it.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
No, just no. Plasma is
Right.
offended. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Plasma.
Basically, like worst to share.
Okay.
Deadly, you'd be proud. My friend who wants to do Arma with us, he looked at me the one day holding a liverwurst that he was about to open for a customer. He goes, you know, this stuff's the worst.
We should probably continue actually because
Yeah.
we've got a limited amount of time today
We're
because
just doing the D&D podcast. It's okay.
welcome to the D&D. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Where we talk nothing about D&D.
I gotta pick up my podcast again.
Yeah, we could do a D&D podcast actually. Just talk about all the things that are D&D.
Talk about everything D&D. Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be awesome.
So PO box when I don't I will get on that.
He doesn't want to give me that power.
I maybe I won't get on that. I take it back.
Just tell me what you want me to send him.
Anyways, continuing on. Please don't send me random stuff, guys. I'm totally good. You guys don't need to send me anything. Thank you for the jerky, though. That's actually amazing. And also,
something else on
my
Thursday.
mouth is a little on fire. Whew. When they say sweet and hot, they mean sweet and hot. I love spicy stuff, though, so I'm totally down for it.
Anyway, back to the game.
Yeah. Milivaj leads you a decent way through the town. It takes you good half hour to about 45 minutes or so to get to a small house at the edge of the wall, the fortifications that surround this town on the eastern side. It is a tiny house, very squalid, much smaller than a lot of the houses that make up the rest of Vallaki. You notice towards the center of the town, there's much of these larger buildings, very aristocratic, but the houses here are strange. They are very Tim Burton-esque almost. Almost mimicries of human architecture. They look like they were built in a hurry. They are very oddly... There's nothing straight about any of the edges to these houses. They are at strange odds and ends, curves and angles that don't really seem to be very uniform in any way, shape, or form. And they are very old. His house... pretty decent normality to it almost, considering it is smaller. He leads you inside, opening up almost a makeshift wooden door. Whereupon you see a single room. Several beds are at the far end of the room, and the front part that you come in makes up what seems to be some sort of kitchen, and there are very few bits of dried herbs and meats hanging over in one section to your right. Lying on one of the beds on the far side is a younger girl. Not moving, just laying, breathing heavily. I know it is not much, but you are welcome to step inside. Milivaj walks over to his sister and kind of leans over her.
Thuxora also hurries over there and has a look at her to see if she can spot or but to see if she can assess her your condition further.
This is Sorina. She's been like this for several months. They suspect it is the fog blight.
The fog blight.
They say it is a sickness that people get who wander too far into the mists. She left one day and she came back and she was like this. She hasn't woken up for at least a whole moon. Are you checking her over then?
Yep.
Milivaj kind of steps back as you check over her and kind of give her a medical analysis. Roll a medicine check.
That is a 6.
6. You aren't entirely experienced as a healer. You do notice she seems to be sweating profusely, heavy breathing, doesn't seem to be responding to anything that you do, but it seems to be a common flu or something very life-threatening, but you're not sure what it is. It could be the flu, it could be several things.
The next thing Thuxara is gonna do is she's gonna basically lay her hand on her forehead and use Identify. Before she starts the ritual, she looks at the others, being like, "This might take a minute. Just give me like 10 minutes or so."
You're using Identify on her?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty
So instead
sure.
of touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay. All right. So for 10 minutes, you kind of do this little ritual, the one that you typically use when you're doing Identify. You touch her forehead, cast some incantations, and listen. And think. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there are any magical ailments affecting her. This seems entirely physical. There is no spell attached to this.
I am going to pull out my lyre, strum it, and I will use Healing Word on her to see
Okay.
if it shows any effect.
You say what?
Which means I need to find my D4.
While she looks for her D4, I'm going to go ahead and see about something else and try to see if there's anything in the area that is well, I'm using divine sense to see if there's like anything in the area that might be affecting her that we can't see.
Okay. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me make sure I look up this. Because I wrote down
Oh, wait.
notes on the fog blight over here, so.
So I don't think I have any. Oh wait, hold on, never mind.
Oh, it is magical. I take it back. This
It is magic. Oh.
is magical. It is a magical disease. Casting Identify, you do determine.
I retract my. Oh no, I don't. You go ahead.
You do determine that it is indeed a magical disease. Necromantic in nature. Hold on. Okay, and what were you going to do, Botek?
So I might be doing.
Before Botek does anything, Thuxora is basically gonna look at him, being like, "I think it's something potentially necromantic. Definitely is not just a cold. I can tell you that much. So there's something magic there."
Okay. I was gonna use divine sense to see if there was anything, invisible that might be continuously casting the spell on.
Okay.
Something like that.
What exactly does your divine sense detect?
Okay, so it detects. I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn. I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or no location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet. It is not behind cover.
Okay. You don't detect any sort of creatures or anything like that in the nearby vicinity.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see about this then. You say that the disease is magical, correct? Drex?
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
necromancy.
I'm gonna handle this. And I go over to her and I will lay my hand upon her forehead and I will use lay on hands to heal 5 HP to cure disease.
Okay. You place your hands on her. The energy from your god flows through your hands and into her, and you all watch as this shining light kind of glows off of Botak's hands. You see, as this heavy sweating and breathing of this young girl kind of raspy and very repeated, very fast paced, begins to slow down. It goes from like a Milavage looks at you. What did you do?
Well, with a little bit of healing magic that I have, I am able to cure disease. And knowing that it's an actual disease from Drex, I was like, I can actually help with this. So
Serena, can you hear me?
your sister should be fine. She just probably needs a little bit of rest.
You notice her open her eyes. Milavage? Serena. And then he just kind of embraces her, gives her a big hug. Milavage, what is wrong? I'm so glad you're okay. Thank you. He looks back to your group. If you need anything from me, if you need help finding this Vasily von Holtz, I will do whatever I can. Serena, how do you feel? I feel tired. Just lay down and get some sleep.
Yeah, you have been sick for a while. So get some rest and you should be fine. Now, we need to find this guy that has
I
bones.
think we
So
have the burgomaster to see, and she turns around to the dude whose name I forgot again.
it's called
Milivash.
And I think you should stay here with your sister for today.
Is there anything I can do to repay you, or I can't do much, but I'm strong.
If we need some help, we will let you know. Okay?
Thank you, outsiders. I'm sorry that I hindered you so by stealing those bones. If I had known.
okay. I'm sure that a lot of people probably would do the same to take care of their loved ones.
If there's anything I could do to repay you, just let me know.
Don't worry. We'll let you know know if we need anything. Actually, does anybody know the way to the Burgomaster town?
That's a very good point, Botek.
I don't know where he lives, but you could try asking the guards or go to the town square. There's a lot of people who know about him there, and they are... Well, he does like to tour the town square a lot as well. If worse comes to worse, you could ask Ezek, who patrols around town. But I wouldn't recommend you talk to him.
All right,
Wait.
we will check the town square then.
Okay. Why not talk to Ezek though?
He's a very violent man. The Baron, the Burgomaster, stays in power because of Ezek. At least I think so. He is the Burgomaster's right-hand man. He's much stronger than I am. He's been blessed with some kind of fiendish powers. I don't know what they are exactly, but everyone is terrified of him. And the Burgomaster, try not to make him upset. He does not respond well to criticism. And
So we have
try to smile around him. Pretend you're happy. That would make it easier.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to have a few drinks.
Drinks definitely help. I just avoid him and Ezek.
Doxer just looks at Crowley's ever grumpy face, being like, maybe we should get you a mask or something.
Oh, what are you talking about? He's fine.
That would also keep him from eating pastries.
You can always
You
lift up the
know,
mask.
We can't blame him for that.
Yeah, fair.
We didn't know that the pastries were, well,
Also, they
Gosh.
smelled absolutely delicious.
true. It did smell delicious. So I don't blame him for wanting to eat pastry, because who doesn't like a good pastry, right? But it was drugged. We did not know that. But that's fine. We're gonna be moving on though. Let's head for the town square.
Okay, you guys are going to the town square then?
Yep.
Okay. Your group leaves the building. Is Irina's coming with you then? Irina's still with you, right? Yes. Okay. Your group heads to the town square. Milivaj points you the way. And it's not hard to find. You did kind of pass, as you were walking along this main thoroughfare, you did see this somewhat busier area off the side streets. It would be right over here. Doesn't take you a very long trip. One second. Meandering through these cobblestone paths, through these strange, rickety houses, they seem to get larger and larger as you get closer to this town square. As you enter the square, you see quite a bit more people than usual wandering about, going about their business. Most seem to be ignoring you, especially as you pass through these more busy streets. It is very apparent that everyone is avoiding you. You get strange stares. People close their doors. they make wide bursts if they are getting near your path. Most of them in tattered garbs, but a few of them in some pretty nice outfits. You could tell there is a clear difference between the richer folks here and the poorer folks in Vallaki. As you get closer, you see that these several shops and homes enclose this town square. And you notice that there are some strange decorations. These limp, tattered garlands and these very mute color painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers adorn several of these buildings and seem to take up a lot of the space here in the town square. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing these strange, crude, plaster, what looks to be donkey heads. Kind of just set aside on display for everyone to see in this town square. In the center of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eye you suspiciously as they use cups and vases and various sorts of devices to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. It still seems to work, but it has definitely seen some age. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a large gray statue of an impressive man facing west. Very worn statue, but still impressive nonetheless. All around the square, you see these posted proclamations. And I can actually give you a handout of what these proclamations say. You see one very close to you as you enter the square, and they are everywhere. They are plastered all over the place, very haphazardly, nailed up. Handouts. There we go. Yeah, someone can read that if they want.
Come on to the greatest celebration of the year. Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. LeBaron.
You see, after lingering here for a few moments, at the very far end of the town square is a strange-looking wicker sphere of some sort, about 10 feet in diameter. There are several peasants and not very well-to-do people kind of weaving and moving sticks into the shape of this very large 10-foot ball. It is incomplete, and you see a man standing over them, kind of giving orders.
Why does it say that even the children are required? Odd. Usually you go to a festival if you want to, not because you're forced to.
Yeah,
This
but
man-
well, Botek, what was the thing about criticizing? Let's keep the criticism until we're done talking to him, please.
We can take Botat. You can be our child.
What? Now looky here. I may
And
be
Luxora just slowly turns to Votek with this smug facial expression, being like, Gwyn, do you think he would look cute in a little dress?
He
Like
can be your
on a
child.
lollipop with and like a little bow and yeah, I'm getting inspiration.
By the
I
way,
think
I could be in the
real
community
quick,
wellness right now.
real quick, before you guys think about anything stupid, okay? You're a dragonborn.
Yeah.
You're if I remember correctly, the name of your race is Yankee, right?
Give us the rye.
Okay. I am a deep gnome. There is a very big difference of stuff here.
You
There is a
proud
pretty
of your
big difference
son.
in size.
You're our child slave. It's fine. We bought
First
you.
off, no. Second off, you're forgetting the option of adoption.
Yeah. I was
Who
going for
would
child
it?
slavery, but okay.
I
Who would
would
adopt?
say.
Who would adopt a 150-year-old man?
As you guys are talking,
Have some more confidence in yourself.
you see strolling through the square towards the proclamation that you are standing by, that you were kind of reading just now. A large man. He has no hair except for a single braided kind of long ponytail coming out of the top of his head, like a top knot. Very square jaw. This large kind of fur padded armor. Broad shoulders, standing at least 7 feet tall. You note, and it's very obvious, you see, he looks normal, except for his size, but for his right arm, it is not human. It is a large, swollen almost, fiendish looking, kind of this bluish gray skin tone. Barbs stick out of his arm. Long fingernails give this menacing look to this very strange, demonic-looking appendage that holds a very large club that he slings over his shoulder.
Nope.
Aside him, to his left and right, are what appears to be 2 of the town guards, dressed in this pretty not very well designed armor. It just seems to be it's definitely much less opulent than the large man's armor, but it serves well enough. They seem to have these helmets that resemble wolves' heads. They approach this proclamation that you were just reading. The large man turns to you and eyes your group for a moment. Then turns back and points to the sign. One of the guards rushes over, rips off the proclamation that you had just read, and immediately begins to nail up a different, separate one, which reads, and I can send you another handout.
And out.
Thexora
And out.
basically sees that he's nailing this new proclamation there, and she slowly moves a little closer, pretending to be very interested in it.
This one reads, if somebody wants to read it out loud, actually.
Come on, come all, the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Attendants and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well. The Baron.
The large man just continues to eye you.
Okay, so back.
He grunts a moment, giving you like this once over, this kind of scanning you. Turns around and begins to head off in another direction, towards another one of these proclamations.
Thexora is going to go back to the others and be like, so back to the debate, what should we wear for the festival? Just trying to make sure that he is out of hearing distance before they change topics back to something else. Have you seen that guy's arm?
You do notice as he moves anywhere. You thought the civilians were giving you a wide berth before. Everybody who is even near the fountain begins to scatter and move away as this large man moves towards these different proclamations. There are several stalls, some of them selling like things like potatoes and small bits of trinkets and foods and small things. They seem to do everything they can to not catch his attention as he walks by.
That guy must not shower often.
You could say the same thing about us, though, Botek.
What do you mean? I literally had a bath this morning.
Yeah, you guys
And
bathed in the river.
That?
Yeah, I had a bath.
It was raining.
2 weeks ago, I wasn't in this whole, Barovia. I was in an inn having a bath.
Anyways, back to the actual topic. If I had any money, I would bet it on the fact that that's the Burgomaster's right hand.
Yeah. If in case you haven't noticed, everyone's also giving him white birds, and that arm, that's not natural. That's creepy.
I mean,
Creepy arm. Creepy arm.
maybe he's some weird halfling that turned out to be half arm. Or the arm of one half, rest of the body of the other half. Plus, you don't know how he looks under the clothing.
Forgive me for thinking this, but I don't think I know any halfling that has reached 7 foot tall.
Pretty impressive It's several halflings stacked on top of each other. That's what it is. You didn't see under the armor.
I didn't mean that. God damn it, Botek.
You don't know. It could be several halflings stacked on top of each other.
Yeah. Oh. Welcome. Hey, you make jab at me and my size all the time. What do you? Now then. Again.
That moment when you realized that halfling would still be taller than Botek.
Not by much, but doesn't matter much.
Are they? Yeah, I think halflings on typical average are bigger than gnomes.
Yeah, I just chose to be the smallest gnome I can because I want to be funny.
Tiny gnome.
Tiny gnome power.
Anyways, back to the
Back to back to the finding the burgomaster. You know,
Yeah,
Uh,
finding the burgomaster. Is his name Nemo by any chance?
Is his name what?
Nemo, because Finding Nemo.
Well done, Dudley.
disappointment. Disappointment.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Disappointment.
What's happening?
Well, Millie said that we could literally get the burgomaster's. He was around the town square most of the time, so maybe we can ask people around here, see where he lives, or if he's in the area.
We actually should probably stop here pretty soon. I did say
Oh.
it was going to be a shorter session. Actually, this is probably a good place to stop because this might end up going on a while if we don't stop right now. We didn't get very far, but you know, it's
I think we did well though.
yeah.
We healed the sister. We did not cause a bloodbath on the graveyard, which I'm also very proud of.
You didn't murder
We weren't
Milivarge.
planning to do that. At least I wasn't planning to do that.
Well, considering how you guys handled
Hey.
the dude in the side alley last
Hey.
time.
Any situation in D&D that isn't handled
me.
with being a murder hobo is a success.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
you
also, I was never
should be
planning
proud.
on murdering him. I was just intimidating him.
Yeah. There's a difference between murder and intimidation.
Okay.
Maybe it's skill.
Well, we'll have to see what happens when you guys meet the Burgomaster, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. Vallaki is a very strange place.
It is indeed. It is
Thanks.
indeed. Anyways, who shall we rate today?
That's a good question. Thank you guys. Thank you, Tama, especially for sending me the jerky and all that stuff. Heck yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, so good. Oh yes, hot and spicy beef jerky. Yeah, I'll look into like getting a PO box or something like that if people want to send me stuff. Please don't send me stuff though.
We got.
I'm
you're
good.
playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, true. We could rate neither.
Um,
Playing Dark Souls with a Chubiki mod?
neither's playing Dark Souls. Okay, yeah, I'll read neither.
Yep.
Okay, real quick before we go. One, I am going to be, like always, going on. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 14.
Ooh.
Number two, because I know a lot of people don't pay attention to stuff in the Discord. Next week, next Saturday, I am proud to announce that I will be streaming for charity.
Oh.
Let's see if I can get the name correct right here. It is yeah, St. Jude's Children's Research.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be dancing.
Dancing for charity. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Guys, go check
Dancing
that
for
out. It's
charity.
going to be awesome.
Maybe telling a Christmas story or two.
Aw.
How my brother broke a window with a snowman.
Oh, I want to hear that story. That's going to be interesting.
Well,
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try and get a little more. We'll get a little farther next Tuesday, hopefully, maybe. I know we spent a long time just even getting started. But yeah, with everybody being sick, it is just what it is. And I don't really want to go any farther with having to do all these voices while the with my throat all being messed up is going to be pretty difficult for me. So
Sick and Deadly
Yeah.
being sick and Tama being tired. Now's the perfect time to stop.
thank you for watching, everybody who's here. Thank you for seeing our story. I can't wait until we get to the rest of Vallaki. It's going to be interesting. Anyways, let's read neither.
yes, okay. I'm preparing the raid now.
I will see you guys later.
Okay,
See ya, Chachi.
bye, Chachi. Enjoy your Final Fantasy.
Peace. I'm gonna beat more of the story and have an enjoyment.
Yeah.
Have fun in login queue simulator.
I'm already logged in. I've been logged in since before we started streaming.
Okay.
I've
He's
been
ready to
logged in
rock.
for
He is ready to go.
literally almost 4 hours.
Always these streamers taking up
I'm
slots that other people could use. Anyways,
Hey, I've been doing stuff on it.
I'm ready to raid whenever you are, Waffles.
All right,
So,
I'm ready to go.
Later, guys.
Okay, bye, Chachi. Thank
bye,
you.
Chachi.
Thank you, Tama, as well. And Schmoodle, thank you guys for
You're
playing.
welcome.
Tama, get some sleep. You sound absolutely dead. Hi, Forrest! Forrest, you're just in time. We're about to raid somebody else. I hope you're doing good. It's always great to see you. Okay, we will raid neither in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raid. Bye, guys.